happens in this one, though. We head into our operator ban phase between the Chicos and Elevate. And Elevate will go first. They're starting on defense, so they get their first attack ban. And are they going to go for a Heartbreacher? Expecting Maverick? No, it's a Thatcher. At this point, why do we even try?
All right, so the question now is, will they use Maverick, or is he going to get banned as well? Because that would be okay. All right, so Habana.
So you have to have Thermite, and that's okay.
Yeah, this
Thermite Maverick is completely fine.
I would have banned Maverick there if I wanted to create this like no entry zone sort of thing going on there. Obviously, that wasn't the plan. We've got Mira, probably Maestro or Echo.
I mean, Mira band on this mess kind of.
No, she's good. I mean, she could be used.
Yeah.
She's just not. It's not like.
Ooh, now this is cool.
Wow, that's juicy.
Okay, so I think the entire deal now is instead of having to use the Maverick, I think they just ban the Jaeger to grenade anybody that's playing or trying to ban the trick. And then you bring out the Clyde, and suddenly that entire strategy doesn't work anymore. It's like,
I don't know.
In our heads, we just imagine, like, what happens and what's the counter to it. That's literally what happens in our heads. And he's like, huh, this is cool, but actually they can do this. And suddenly that's exactly what they're going to do.
They brought the Maverick. So, okay. All right. Chicos, they know what's up. They have the tools. Love to see it. Jackal, interesting as you expect into a Capital. There's so many useful tools. IQ, Jackal, Capital. I would bring all of them if I could, if I were in their position. So that's, that's a rough one there. They're going to settle on Capital. I agree with that. Yes. If it's, on Clubhouse, honestly, this is one of his best maps. So rigid in its playstyle. And Capital can really get rid of those anchors when they're on those hard positions, anchoring, trying to hold an angle. Well, Firebolt hits right on top of them. They have to rotate. They're caught in the rotation. They're dead. I mean, that's what he excels at. Now, not sure what's going on here.
The round's starting.
And it's still starting.
Good luck, have fun. Yeah, it's like, oh no. If you don't say good luck, have fun, the round doesn't start.
Is that you? That was the key.
See?
Thank you, Cypress.
It's just, you have to say the golden word. You have to respect your opponents, and that's how you start it up.
Yeah.
It works on niceness.
We'll get some appreciation for Cypress letting us play the game.
Thank you very much. Nice guys always finish last.
There you go, Cypress. All right, so bottom floor here for Elevate to start things off. Operator selection, we are missing an Echo, but we have the Maestro and the Valkyrie, so information is good enough. They brought the Mute and the Kaid to try and disrupt the hard destruction. There's a Maverick, though, to counter that. So, again, praise be to Chicos for bringing the Maverick. And they will have the tools necessary to open the drop-down, whether the Kaid likes it or not. You could see, that's going to be a forced... you saw where he was opening up that floor?
Yes, you can put the
Electroclaw in there, then the Maverick can't see it.
Exactly.
And you have to open the whole drop with the Maverick, which takes time.
And that's the reasoning that's the reasoning behind the Thatcher ban, just making things more complicated.
Yeah.
It's not always about completely denying a hatch or a wall. It's a lot of times is if I'm burning 20, 30 seconds off of my opponents and then directing their attention to where I am not being pushed, that's what you need. You just burn time, you're set, you're good to go.
Now Chicos have control of New Blue, and that might have been an Evil Eye. Yep. It's curious that they banned Jaeger, and they bring Maestro instead of the Echo, because the Maestro doesn't have the Jaegers to protect them.
That's true.
Oh, some damage done there. Just a little bit. Must have been through a stud. Well, it's going to be fine, though. Legion survives. He moves on. Led to trying to clear out the main stairs using Buck, and there's a free kill on the Lev. All right. Lev just chilling in the back of Arsenal there. C4 in hand, and he's gone now.
And there's Nitro Cell as well, detonating from below. And Len will take no damage. He fires into the second, and
wow.
There's the kill from Zion. He hits the headshot with the TCSG. And that's a one-shot kill regardless, but Warren will find 1 and 2 on Cypress and Midi. This is a push that's coming in from blue as well, trying to pressure, and the last two players are inside of the back of Armory and in the dirt tunnel. kind of all boxed on in, and there was even an extra crossbow bolt left for the final assault. They kind of peeled off all the players outside of Armory and then descended on it.
So that's actually really interesting. The site take didn't even start. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It was.
They didn't even. They never entered a site.
Well, they never needed to. That's the crazy thing. There was no. It wasn't necessary because we saw Elevate trying to aggressively hold everything. They lose a few players inside of Arsenal unnecessarily. And then from there, Chicos are just pushing down blue. They're pushing in from... I mean, that's it, really. They're pushing down blue. And, yeah, they got picks from above. They got picks from blue, and the round's over. Huh. Well, Elevate's going to try bottom floor again. They're saying, we didn't give that our A+ effort. We're going to go ahead and see if we can make it happen on a second try, which I totally agree with. They didn't do very well in how they held that bottom floor. So, yeah, as much as a credit to Chicos for winning that round, I got to really lay that at the feet of Elevate.
I really have to question what happened there with Elevate. It's like at the end you kind of look at it. Okay, they kind of gave away 1 or 2 free kills in the beginning, or at least given their not great positioning when the buck was in kitchen. And once that was done, the entry was just there. There was nobody to really focus down on blue, deal with it. And I think that move into the Echo, as you mentioned in the first round, is a really good one.
It's smart. I would have sacrificed the Maestro for the Echo and brought another tool.
Yeah.
But with the Jaeger band, you've got that freedom to pick an extra information operator or denial operator or what have you. So, yeah, fair enough, Elevate. You do you. Now, that's going to be a lot of info Elevate have. The thing, though, is that they were missing in the last round was mostly just winning those fights on holding angles. Because what happened? Well, Chicos just pushed down blue on both the lanes at the same time on one gunfight. So it's not much else to say. Yeah. They're going to be opening up the drop down above blue, and it looks like it's the same strategy from Chicos once again, applying pressure to the main stairs and the kitchen from above and pushing down the new blue hallway. Hunter's just teasing his enemy here, just waiting for the opportune moment to pounce.
Horn will move in, and
wow.
Not sure, it was a Maestro camera, was it?
Yeah, it was. He was zapping away with it.
Oh, Midi, though, will find Hunter as Horn will take a tiny bit of damage from the back. Assume that that is the Maestro firing down. Looks like it. From the dirt tunnel. It's a long angle to use, but again, you got the ACOG, you're good to go for it. And yeah, that's a tight angle. It's very difficult. The Maestro peeking in around every corner. It's nigh impossible to find him. Lev, though, will find Lenda. Meantime, and now it's a Thatcher, or Thermite, excuse me, that is so low on HP and eliminated by Zion. The angle given away to the Cotton, and now it's the defensive Elevate that are getting a bit more aggressive, and will have to watch his back on the stairs. Well, Zion will be able to find him regardless. Diffuser is dropped in the hallway here by the church wall, and Hornatao is the last man alive. He's got all the utility in the world, but nothing to do with it.
Well, you can see that Elevate were a lot more prepared for how Chicos were attacking that bottom floor. They set up a lot of long angles on blue. Once they had nullified the oil pit push, the new blue push was a lot more tame. They did that by setting up their Maestro in dirt tunnel. Maestro in dirt tunnel, long angle on the pixel. You saw Horn trying to challenge it for a long time, but it never worked out for him. He gets an impactless frag there at the end, just pat those stats. I don't know why I said it that way.
Pat those stats.
Pat those stats.
I know it can be a bit of a tongue twister.
Pat those stats.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
it's okay. We went to sleep like not even 12 hours ago, so it's fine.
Out of one cast into another.
Yep.
Born and raised in fire.
They never cared about me until I put on or started to cast.
You only adopted the darkness. Darkness
of relegations.
Well, it is a dark thing, really.
So
we're executing careers essentially, and that's That's heavy stuff.
I think you'd make a great executioner, Michael.
We are also simultaneously making careers, which is really cool. Doing it all at once. Not us, not you and me, but this event, this spectacle.
Even in death, there is life.
Yeah. Well, a great cycle continues.
Yes.
Now, Elevate are going to cache and server here for their secondary. Technically the third site defended, but of course the secondary overall. Makes sense. You either like basement first or you like cache first, depends on who you are as a team. Some psychopathic teams go to gym first. And they don't just do it to upset, they do it because they like it.
Yeah, I actually like gym bedroom, which is the weird thing. As
Madman.
I'm not sure, but you can go second. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's a site that works very well, and I mean, it's the third one that gets played. It really depends on how the rotation ends up going for you.
I am just messing around here. I actually don't mind gym at all. It's a perfectly fine site. It's just, yeah, no, I think cache and basement are definitely better.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
Yeah.
And then as a third side, it's okay. It's okay.
If I go to a gym and defense, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is fine. We can get 3-0 here. No problem. But it's not an option for either team right now, as we've got a pretty even match so far. Oh, wow, an unreinforced jacuzzi wall. Don't mind if I do.
And, oh, they lost the... Oh.
Did they destroy a drone
Yes.
with their breach charge?
Yes, they did.
Oof. Well, it's done now. It looks like Chicos want to clear out the west side before they start attacking the site. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is what we were talking about. Maverick's about to trick the wall. This so rarely happens in Latin American Pro League. So
Yeah, like, it doesn't rarely happen anywhere else. It's just here for some reason. It never gets used.
And they're doing it. They're doing it. It's interesting. See if they can get it fully open. See how efficient Will is with that Maverick blowtorch.
Horn is watching here and make sure nobody peeks out the catch. He's looking for the engagement, but no engagement will be given as Elevator trying to waste as much time away here from Chicos, and really the entire... I'm not sure why the Thermite is...
He's flank watch. It's usually best to put a drone on there, but looks like they have a specific way they want to watch that flank.
So the Thermite's job at this point is to open up the second entryway.
Yeah, the workshop wall. Get that open, and then you've got a nice entry into the site. Aside from cache, I don't think they fully Maverick trick the wall. I think they just open up a murder hole so that Hunter can apply pressure, but I'm not really sure.
There's a Mute Jammer there on the floor, and there you go. As the IQ goes for it, she gets tapped in the face by Zion. And Horn is trying to fight it. Oh, he flicks onto Zion's head, and we'll find the headshot, but Cypress will take down Soul's huge kill now on the Thermite that really needed to open things up here. But Hunter will frag and put things in even 3-3. Oh, Hunter, another one on the Cypress. So close with a P10 Roni. But it's still a 3v2, full HP Maestro and a Mute. Yeah, that's still very difficult to go through. With the Maestro here just locking down the singular entryway for the Zofia. This can be huge if spotted. He sprays, he gets one. Hell has already gotten one for himself. It leaves it into basically a 1v1 unless the Zofia can pick herself back up. It's the Polish superpower here as the Maestro will peek up. There's the kill. 36 rounds still left in the magazine. You have little time. We'll have to go and stick this plant. And Lev is trying to make as much noise as humanly possible. Will stick this and will go for it, but the Maestro has already gotten close to him. Wins out the gunfight, takes no damage in it. Will gets dropped and Elevate secure the round. Maestro in a clutch position. That is very well.
Good job there to Lev, and yeah, you didn't even need to reload once. It's the benefit of that Alda. Great job to Lev. Again, Elevate put themselves up 2-1. That's 2 rounds in a row. Great job overall to them. Now, what happened there was a couple things. First, I like the attack strategy from Chicos to an extent. What they're doing there is they're avoiding Garage. It is something that some teams like to do. Garage can be troublesome, that's for sure. There are tools at the disposal of Chicos that would easily deal with the player in Garage, like the Capitao, for example. But they decided to just avoid it by making a whole strategy around that. What they did is they opened up the server wall. Once they do that, they're applying pressure to the flank, cutting off rotation, and then they can easily push in through Workshop. They fully isolated the flank. They were very thorough about that. Opening up the Workshop wall, and then bam, you're into cache. I like how proper the attack strategy from CHICOS was. You know, well thought out. But they lost their heads-up gunfights, and they really did take a long time with it. That was a slow attack. It didn't need to be quite that slow. A lot of the players transitioning and positioning were a little bit sloppy, which shaved off seconds, resulting in a forced rush there from CHICOS at the end. And the big thing that actually managed to salvage things for Elevate is, again, you can ignore the garage on your attack strategy, but you run the risk of exactly what happened in that last round happening, which is the Elevate player coming in clutch and winning it out. That was Lev. So good job to him, again. And yeah, moving on. It'll be a gym defense now. It's such an easy position to retake from Rafters.
Yeah.
Like, you got that rotation hole, and if you've got information on the site, which they have an abundance because of the operators they're bringing, then your teammates are making calls constantly for you. It's good. It's
just unusual for the site to have somebody playing the catwalk, right?
Well, this site, yes. I was talking about the last round.
Yeah.
But yeah, this site, it is kind of odd. I guess they're just relying on it as a delaying factor, and they're recognizing that CHICOS don't like attacking garage. Because, again, that last round, CHICOS' whole attack strategy was to avoid garage.
Well, coming around from the back, and that's the Maverick actually doing the...
Oh.
What? If you lose the Maverick here, this must be so huge. And no, he fires. He finds the Legion. That's Hell 1. And Will goes in for the second peek, but he's shot in the back. The Thermite, in the meantime, will be able to open up the wall. And I guess that's a worthy sacrifice, since if you open it, and then Lev gives Horn an easy kill, but then he gets traded off from Zion. Hunter gets one for his own. And I just have no clue what's going on here. It's already down to a 3v2, and drones are being thrown into the site here to spot the defenders. Hunter given information, he fires, and he scores. That's Zion down. 3v1 with Cypress alive, but he'll find one kill. The line as well will confirm. The entire round so far has been so crazy. And there you go. The second angle is held. There's no reason to go for the diffuser plant if you can just shoot people in the head with a gun.
Yeah, it's weird because he marked the wall. He knew exactly where that player was, the defender, and he vaulted into the defender's open arms. That whole round was just messy.
Yeah, what the hell just happened?
The Maverick walked up main stairs to start things off. No, one thing I'd like to highlight for you guys who are less familiar with Siege, main stairs has a metal plating on the top, which means it makes the loudest footsteps in the game. When you're stepping on those metal, it's like thunk, thunk, thunk. Everyone can hear you, even if you're 3-speed. So the fact that Maverick made it up there, surprising. The fact that there was no barbed wire or Legion traps to stop him,
yes,
surprising. Layers and layers of confusion there for the push up the main stairs. And following that, though, that wasn't the only messy part of that defense from Elevate. The rotation holes were completely exposed. We saw that pretty much free kill onto the mute as he tried to rotate back into the site. The hold in the site itself was tenuous, to say the least. There was so little effort put into the Jacuzzi side of that site, as they were so invested in holding garage and cash, which, yes, those are valuable things to hold. They can delay the attackers significantly. But, oh boy, did it leave this site nice and soft and easy to attack. Moving on, we'll go to the bottom floor once more. And, you know, again, that should have been a flawless round, really, for CHICOS. But they made their own mistakes. Like, especially at the end. The easiest one to highlight that we all saw was the IQ knew where his enemy was and decided to try and take a vault fight against his enemy. Which you don't do because you always have the disadvantage on a vault like that.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit of a kerfuffle there.
For sure.
To say the least.
On both sides.
Yep.
CHICOS managed to come out on the top and we get a 2-2.
So that's the round. Now, it at least allows Elevate to go back down to Church. Strategy. Same operators that they picked before. They'll be running the Echo and the Maestro together. As you said, you can kind of exchange one for the other, but because the Jaeger is banned, you don't have to focus on that as much. Usually it's the Jaeger that's the 5th player, so that's where you pick between the Echo and the Maestro, and you put most of his utility in blue, so you can just hold on to that engine.
Now, normally I would bring the, probably here I'd bring the Legion instead of the Maestro, but they're using the Maestro for a specific purpose, and that is denying the oil pit push from Dirt Tunnel. You could see him in Dirt Tunnel right now.
Yeah, you can also see the Evil Eye that's on the floor to give info.
Yeah, and the Evil Eye is protected from the Zofia because the Zofia would have to come into the line of sight of the Maestro to destroy it. So as long as Hell doesn't accidentally destroy it himself like he did last time he was here, he'll be able to use this to hold on to the oil pit hallway. He'll do a little bit of damage, but he did more to Horn. So far the defense winning this fight. Again, I like the specific use of the Maestro here. They had a real something very particular in mind.
You know, before we didn't see the Capital actually use his Firebolt to push the Maestro out of.
Well, it's hard because the drop down, right? It would be really hard to arc that shot.
Maybe it's a possibility, maybe something, because at this point that Maestro is very difficult to pull back. But at least that's Lenda to find one kill here to take down Zion. They're trying to go for the push into Armory. Valkyrie camera is destroyed, as Will and Hunter will go down, but Will's already gotten one kill of his own. Midi will be lost, and Souls will find another on the Cypress. Lev, though, will fire off into Horn and make it a 2 versus 1, but the Mute is so low on HP. Len doesn't have any grenades, but at least he has full health and also has the shotgun to use. The Thermite is low on health himself. There's no Nitro Cell on the Mute, and you can go... Oh, he's right there! Yes! There you go, a 3K for Lev. Now time is on the attacker's side, maybe. Len will go for the plant. Will it be by the black box? Yes, it will. Indestructible position here. And with no Nitro Cell, it's the best spot to be in. Lev's waiting for the information, and he should be hearing this diffuser going down, and there you go. Finally, he will move. There's no shotgun being pulled out just yet. Oh no, he moves to the one position where he can get shot. The Buck gets fired upon. There's 4 rounds left in the magazine. SMG-11 reloaded. The Buck so slow on the reaction, and Lev hits it! What in tarnation just happened? He moved away from the one spot where he could not get shot. Afraid of the shotgun up close, but it wasn't even necessary. The Mute, at 20 HP, will win the round. Elevate somehow out of nowhere. Recover it.
I guess he didn't know about the barrel pixel angle. So see that black box that the diffuser was planted behind? If you stand up, lean to the left, then you have a pixel angle where the enemy can't see you, and you can just win the fight. It's a pre-fireable position, yeah, but it's still better than moving over to the minibar, because the minibar you can shoot through.
That should not have happened.
I'm so puzzled, man. I'm just confused. You saw that Lenda knew the mistake he made, because he was trying to rotate back. He was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yes.
And he starts rotating back, and that's when he dies. Jeez. What a mess.
Attackers need to
That
locate
whole
and defuse as
round.
many bombs as they can.
Whew.
Honestly, that just should not have happened.
Well, let's give credit to, it was Hell, right?
Who?
The Mute.
The Mute?
Because we got Hell's on Mute right now. Did they change roles?
I believe it was Lev? Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was Lev.
Let's give credit to him for managing to get the win. Props. That was an impressive clutch. It was a 4K and a disable in a 1v1 or 1v2 even. It was almost a loss. You saw.
Why did the Thermite plant in that spot even in the beginning? You have a fully reinforced wall behind you.
I don't know.
I mean, even
He could have just gone. He just could have gone black box and then plant like a normal person.
and if and I can excuse this if you say, oh yeah, but I want it to be planted in a way where anyone in Moto can protect it. Fine, but
Then plant
at the doorway.
Yeah, and so your teammate can cover you.
Oh my God, I don't know what to say about that. I'll be honest. But hey, here we are.
I did confirm. I'm confirming it now. It was indeed Lev, by the way. So you were right.
There we go.
It was Lev on the Mute. Great clutch to him.
Oh,
Still confusing though.
yes, that's for sure.
Will's gonna eat some damage here from Lev, who's playing inside of the garage. Actually, Lev has been clutching up big for his team the whole day, hasn't he? That's his second clutch today.
When it comes to this wall and being quote-unquote Maverick tricked, it comes down a lot to how you position yourself for it. And I don't know if
So
just repel and reverse repel and do it.
you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to do that.
I don't know.
So you can, you reverse repel. You'll eat a little bit of damage from the zaps, but you can actually do it in a way where you're not eating very much at all, like just 1 or 2 zaps. Because the blowtorch has a deceptively large range, and you can Maverick trick that really easily. So I just say a little bit of practice there for Will, maybe, and he can figure that one out. But like, remember when I was saying yesterday how like that's the sort of play that says we deserve to be in Pro League?
Correct.
Because that's the sort of Maverick tricking that says we need to practice before we get into Pro League.
Yes, it's very true. Oh, Zion pushed back the grenade, perfectly timed. And he'll be eliminated. So even with that, still in equilibrium. And Cypress is very low on HP on the Mozzie. I'm not sure if he has a Nitro Cell to use, but there should be at least 2 here, or 2 in general, set up by Elevate. At least 1 Nitro Cell to use at the doorway entry. Horn has his crossbow bolts and could cut off rotations, but you need something on top of just using utility. Flashbangs on their own won't save. Going for the gunfight is not going to work. You have the crossbow bolts. Use them, for God's sake. Midi will find 1 and a second one given for free. As the Buck rushes right in the middle of them, they'll find 1 and 2. And Cypress will take down Hunter. He's low on health, and Lenda is at full HP. Equilibrium HP-wise, but the Maestro is all the way in the back. The rafters. There's the shotgun.
Wow.
Work, but he's so low on HP now. Maestro versus Buck at this low HP. Oh, he does it, Lenda!
4K, 1v4, 1v3, clutch to wind it out, and I gotta say, they just threw it away.
He walked up the stairs and got 2.
Then he got 2 more after his position was known. But
Did he even have diffuser?
Did you see that Maestro, by the way?
Did he have diffuser?
I don't think so. I don't know though.
Production. Do we have a replay of that?
Yeah, can we get a replay? Is that possible?
I don't know if we have it saved.
We'll see about that in the future, but
honestly, if
yeah, big old wow there.
God.
One thing that I really want to highlight is do you see that Maestro?
Yeah.
You notice that he had 75 HP? It took 2 shots from the skeleton key to kill him. No ADS necessary. Let's see. He did not have the diffuser. It was down. See how quickly that skeleton key kills a nearly full HP 3 armor?
Yeah.
It's a monster of a weapon. It really is.
Why is the Maestro getting aggressive against him?
Yeah, the Maestro.
All operators.
A really unnecessary push there.
I am speechless.
Yeah.
And as you said yesterday, you know, some plays you look at them and you're like, yeah, this is Pro League play. This is it.
So yeah, there you go, Lenda. Pro League material. There, that was a nice play. Also, Elevate. Holy heck, guys! Just
what?
Why? Chill. You know, don't be forcing your way back out of garage when it's not necessary. There's information in abundance in terms of your gadgetry. Play together if nothing else. If you're gonna retake together. Be like, yo, let's go together and push back into site together. Mozzie's chilling on the rafters while the Maestro's trying to vault the window and retake server. And it's done now. We're moving on to the second half. 3-3. Looks like this is going to be a close one. Based on what we've got so far. Elevate. Open up the drop downs. Standard stuff here. Got that Maverick. Love to see it. Love to see it. Souls holding long angle onto the main stairs. He's on drone duty. He's trying to punish the attackers for the information gathering. I said deceptively long. I didn't say across the room.
I think they hear what you're saying, Michael.
Yeah, maybe. Mighty's going for the drone. He's trying to make sure there's no one at the bottom main stairs. Smart, thorough. Love it, Mighty. Souls just waiting it out. Yeah, that's pretty much what all of CHICOS are doing right now. Letting this leg time pass, and there you go. That was droning there because Hunter was exposed to Moto. Someone must have seen him, called out the bullet hole, and there you go. Free kill for Elevate. Zion gets down trying to Maverick trick the dirt tunnel.
Why? Why dirt?
Generally, you drone dirt before you start opening the wall.
Also, why would you use the Maverick there? Did they open the kitchen hatch?
They have a thermite. Yeah. Maybe there's an electrical there. It's possible. Because you can put the electrical in a position where you can't easily shoot it, and you can get both of those walls.
But there's no mute, so you just drone it and see where it is.
And he's not being zapped right now, so I'm guessing there's no electrical. Hell will get Will, though, with a grenade. Horn finishes off Zion as he was being picked up. Guys, he was being picked up outside of his own Maverick hole so they could shoot him. Just pick him up somewhere else. Wait.
You could have gas canistered him. You could have had him run back, not just staying in the same location. Oh, my God. I don't know how we're going to survive through this. Let's see. There's a Maestro camera all the way in the back of the hallway. Very exposed, so Zofia can actually deal with that very, very easily. There's none here, and hell, he might be opening stuff up here, but he needs the frag grenades, and he's got none to use. He's maybe opening things up here for his sledge, and Mighty will find one assault. The refrag on to Hell. Little time left as now the assault of Elevate is going to be stifled. Souls will get one and then turn away into oil pit. Check from there. But there's the entryway. Souls gets one. That's the thermite dropped on the floor, leaving Cypress all on his own. The IQ trying to run on in and catch the diffuser, but no, save the op is what he'll say. Elevate, butcher that entire round. Chicos gather their first defense.
And the lead is back in the way of Chicos, 4-3. Yeah, so that attack was weird in that it didn't really have a clear objective. Good job to Souls. Credit to Souls there. Big plays, making a name for himself, holding it down, 4K. But, yeah, the attack didn't have a clear objective. It was pretty obvious by the way they were playing. Also, by dirt tunnel, two things. First, drone the dirt tunnel before you start opening it with Maverick. Second, when you're picking up a player, try to pick him up in a position where he's not exposed. I don't know if he went right back to the Maverick hole and that's when he died. If that's the case, wow.
Unlucky.
But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that Zion was being picked up by his teammate somewhere where he was exposed and couldn't move, then got shot by the smoke. Anyway, either way, you know, droning there would help. Cash, the next defense.
Okay.
We're going to Cash for the first time here from Chicos. Capital, no Maverick from Elevate. They brought a Thermite, so they're relying on the grenades from Mighty and Hell to deny the bandit tricking / Kai Electrocause. And the Capital, or the Kai Electrocause will be denied by the grenades. The Capital will make it so the bandit can't be on the wall. But of course those firebolts don't destroy the batteries. So you need the nades to destroy the batteries if they're pre-placed. The Electrocause are all going into the garage, which means that he won't be a factor on the server wall. So really this is just the grenades to destroy the batteries and the Capital firebolts to deny more batteries being placed, allowing the Thermite to open the wall.
So it makes garage take much more difficult, but the entry into the servers is much easier. Now, there's no Maverick in play by Elevate, which...
There's no Maverick.
Why?
They wanted to bring 2 sets of nades, Gassan. They have a reason for it, though. They did ban the Jaeger to get here, remember?
It's true.
They very specifically banned that Jaeger so they could bring 2 sets of nades.
They open the wall, which is good.
And it'd be useful. Yeah, the wall's open. That's thanks to the Capital not being banned, and the grenades can still get rid of those batteries.
I eat my words.
You've got the tools, but it's still weird. Still weird. We will say though that is more efficient than what we were seeing from Chicos when they were bringing the Maverick. I don't think Chicos really knows how to use the Maverick necessarily.
I guess it's not just about bringing the right tools, knowing how to
use the tools. Yeah. But moving on from that, Elevate's now on attack, and Chico's holding on to the garage. That nade you just heard did actually get rid of the Electroclaw. Impact thrown, but it seems to have missed, because I think that was an exothermic charge detonating there, which means that Souls now has an open garage panel underneath him. No! It didn't miss! Or, no, it did. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was right the first time.
Okay.
I just didn't see it. And Lenda decides to try and hold on to garage, and it's punished for that positioning. Souls will get Zion, though, so the Capitao gone means that Souls is going to be easy. Oh, wow. I was going to say easier for him to hold in Garage because there's no Firebolts, but he's dead now. And it's just Will and Hornetau suddenly as, yeah, Elevator all lit up, but they've got enough time and enough manpower to just slow things down and execute safe on the site.
There's a grenade into the smoke, and the Buck here might be pushing in. There's the smoke. One more canister left with a pre-fire from Hornetau, but nobody pushing through the main stairs. Will getting shot from below. This is what you're looking for here. The Buck putting pressure, but Horn will take him out. He's held out. Last canister will be thrown. Will do no damage as there's a cross, but it will block line of sight of Cypress for just a bit. Love's going to go for the plant. Was that a grenade? It just gets thrown right into Will. He's dropped on the floor. Hornetau is trying to fight, but Cypress is going to go for the rappel. And that's something that's very difficult to recover from. CHICOS losing players for no reason earlier on in the round allows now Elevate to set in great positions. They're all so low in HP, a bullet or two each maximum. And CHICOS will try to recover. Oh! The flick! Will with another one. Can they find the last? That's Cypress going for one kill. Now he drops off. There's still time. He still has a decent chunk of HP here. Will might try to stick this diffuser. He's waiting for the IQ to pop up. There's little time. There's no time left. There you go. It's over. Cypress gets it, and that almost was a retake. But CHICOS lost so much manpower for free.
Yeah, that's really what it is. CHICOS, a lot of people getting eliminated early on. No answer back. Garage hold was the problem. CHICOS lost 2 players there for nothing. I mean, no, that's not true. They got Zion. They got the Capitao. But that's not enough. And they lost garage control, I don't know why I can't say that, too quickly. So that's rough for CHICOS to start things off. Another thing that's really weird is, did you notice that there was no barbed wire? And I was looking really hard. I didn't see any. There was no barbed wire on the cache stairs. And there was not even residue of broken barbed wire. So
are they even bringing any wire?
They were.
One
Smoke had wire.
Okay.
Maestro probably. But there was just, that was weird. No barbed wire on cache stairs. We'll see if they put any this round. It did not cost CHICOS anything in particular that they didn't have barbed wire. The thing that it did was it made it so they had to aggressively hold onto the staircase, which is, time consuming. It forces your manpower to shift into odd spots. You can often just put 2 sets of barbed wire on those. There you go. There's the barbed wire. You can often put that barbed wire down, and then you don't actually have to hard hold the stairs. You can just have someone near it, just in case. It also means that player is not playing exposed to common nades that would land at the top of those staircases. Or at the top of that staircase, rather. Anyway, that's just nitpicking. I honestly thought that Elevate was going to lose that for a little while there.
Yeah.
Because Horn was landing his shots, man.
That flick was...
That precision shot onto the staircase.
Yeah.
Really impressive, yeah. And he almost landed it. Did you see? He almost landed it onto Cypress as well.
The IQ was like... He had like 3 spots where he could have got shot in the face there.
And he won those fights, except for the last one.
Yeah. If it was a 2v1, then it would have been possible to kind of drop down the stairs and go for an assault, like a 2-pronged one, and then defuse. But hey, that's hindsight. It's possible, but in that moment, there's little time. You needed to act. And because they had dropped the smoke, things were more difficult. But now the sledge getting shot, and in the back, is it? Yes, it's Will. He plays that construction window, and now he's ready to peek for another one should the information be given.
All right, credit where credit's due. That's CHICOS adapting. That actually happened last round. Elevate set up to nade the bandit off of the wall, just like they did this round. We didn't really see it, but it did happen, and you can tell because of how this adaptation has come in.
Oh.
Will even get the second set of nades. That was so worth it. Elevate did get 2 kills in response, but it doesn't really matter. Both of the nades dealt with, and now CHICOS have done a really good job at denying entry to the site.
Yeah, I'm not though a fan of losing the Maestro, as if he wanted to set up and help his teammate, I was a bit too slow, and Zion is dropped on the floor. There we go, finally eliminated. The bandit is at least taken away, turns it 2v2, there's 3 smokes left, and a ton of time for Elevate. So they can split. Why would you peek? Lev still gets the headshot, and it's all up to Lenda to turn around, but he's got to watch 2 angles. He's actually going to focus on construction. The drone will come in, and he's just droning very passively. Impact grenades thrown out, and Lev on his own. Where's the drone to give you information? Oh no, this is all up to Lenda now. He goes in for the fire. He fires into Cyprus. Impact grenade thrown into his body. He's got 3 more shotgun shells to use, so a singular burst, and it gets shot as the IQ somehow drifts and curves into the site and takes him out. I just don't know what to say about this. No drone came in, yet you just still pushed into the site.
He droned in, but he pushed in, like, on the drone. Like,
give it a second in front of
wait, yeah. The drone was there. The IQ was droning, but he was on top of the drone when he pushed in. So there was no information being gathered ahead of time. That's the real, like, the crime is that basically they had the drone, they were doing the droning, but they didn't use it.
That's basic. That's basic, in my opinion.
There's 2 people. They had, what, like 40 seconds?
They had a
like
lot
that.
of time. 2 people
30
versus
seconds
1.
even.
30 seconds.
Drone.
You're fine.
Find out where he is.
You have a clear window as well. So you can drone from one side and then have the AQ kind of position herself by the window on the other side once you get where the cloud is. If he's trapped in cache on his own, go for windows. You're going to have an advantage through there.
That wasn't the only thing, though. It was also like earlier in the round when the Smoke's got gas canisters in his pocket, and he's peeking.
Why are you peeking?
Construction door. He's like, hey, I want to die. I want to give you an opening.
Throw a canister on the door and wait.
And there was nobody covering the bandit, too. Zion waltzed in through the door, peeked the bandit, free kill.
Where do we begin and where do we end?
I don't even know. Let's just, that round's done. Let's move on, I guess. Bottom floor. Bottom floor, guys. Bottom floor. Elevate on the precipice of match point. They're close. They're getting there. But it's been a constant back and forth with these teams. That was the second set of 2 rounds in a row for Elevate. Third total. CHICOS managed some on the halfway transition. Elevate looking to clear up the potential roamers. Then they're going to start opening up from above. Standard stuff.
Hell on the reverse repel. He's trying to catch off somebody on the rotation, but
It's actually, this is a good reverse repel if you do it early enough. But I think the opportunity is gone now at this point. So maybe start working on other things. You know, he's Buck. I'm sure he'll want to open up that kitchen.
Yep.
Or at least the top of main stairs to apply some pressure to potential rotations.
Oh,
What? He didn't have info. He just sprayed into the wall. At least that's what it looked like. Nice shot there from Hell. Cypress adds to it. And that's already 2 kills for Elevate.
it's a big advantage.
Yeah, they're looking strong here.
So Souls is watching the Maestro here behind, or at the edge of the armory. A green box close up to their tunnel. Mighty will drone on in as he still has a frag grenade to use, and the entirety of the top here of the wall is open. So you can nade it, you can put Lev down. It looks like it'll be a standard push here on to... Oh, why does he keep peeking through it? No, Hunter keeps on firing even after he's drone in that position, but Souls is behind to support him. Nitro Cell is going to be thrown out. It will not connect with anyone. In the meantime, A is completely out.
What?
Okay, it's all done. He's walking right through the middle, gets shot in the face. That's Zion out, but Hell will find Hornetau. And Souls is on his own. He's trying to hold on to this round. He gets 1 kill. That's 3 for him. He'll have to ace the round to keep his team off of Elevate's map point. Remember, this is the first map in this best of 3 series. And Souls keeps on walking. Can he find the head? Just the edge of the body. Here's the headshot on the midi. This is a quad kill. Lev's behind the black box. Why are you pushing? He still wins it. Lev, you shouldn't have done it. He wins it, but my God, man.
Why did he push that?
Why?
And he won it anyway, guys! He did it! Match point here. Almost a 1 versus 3 ace. 4 souls, but not quite. Elevate 6-4. Oh man, that was so close.
First of all, why was everybody peeking the Maestro? Why? Hey, he's cornered. You droned him. Just leave him. Who cares? He's the one that has to retake, not you.
Yeah, and the guy was holding the common pixel angle from Moto Door.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna chill on this angle. Nobody ever peeks this.
Why would
he
you?
won't expect this, guys.
Attackers need to locate and
easiest 4K of Souls' life. And then, I mean, that wasn't even the only thing. Remember when the Bandit was peeking? Okay, so peeking in Siege is seen as an advantage, right? You have peeker's advantage.
Yeah,
it's common stuff, typical stuff, right? But when you crouch peek, you don't really. When you're coming around a corner crouched and you're not like sprinting into the crouch, it's just like I'm cruising around crouched. You're slow, and your shoulder pops out, and then suddenly it's an easy kill for whoever's looking at you and staring at the angle. The Bandit was playing on that hole in the main hallway, and his position was droned and known. He was even shooting, trying to catch attention, and he crouch peeked it and died. Why? Don't. Why? Just
Why
go.
would you even peek it?
You go somewhere else. But no, I mean, I get it if you're standing and you're sprinting and like you have that peeker's advantage, you're 3-speed, zoom, get the kill, fine. But like, don't crouch peek a hallway. It's basement now. Again.
Okay, I'm curious again. I know some people watching right now, they're like, oh, these casters being harsh and everything. Look, man, you want to make it into Pro League? You can't make the mistakes that we're seeing here. I mean, at this rate, maybe even Flynn and Shrug could make it into LATAM PL.
Well, that's a bit... I don't know who you're insulting more.
Flynn. No, not in this game. I'm actually giving him props. No, that backfired on me. But here we are. It's Zion opening up the hatch on the Maverick. Is it going to be correct at the halfway? Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's close to perfect. So very well done with the Maverick. You're going to open up the hatch to drop. Where will Lev be set, though? So that's my question right now. You're going to have the Thermite opening things up in goes down to Moto. Because there's a Maestro camera in the bar. It was put there to maybe zap some utility, and I'm not sure if it was spotted or not.
Well, if it wasn't, that's good information and potentially a rotation later on. The nade is the undoing of Hell, as Will is just peeking drop down.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Kill early for Chicos, and Elevate suffering from that.
Hell had a great entry in the previous round, firing into plus the black box actually with that buck, just getting aggressive against blue. Nitro Cell will be expended, and with no information, it'll be fired off blindly. And that's one exothermic charge used. You can use the second one as well to enter into church. We haven't had like any church walls breached at all this matchup. So.
I mean, you don't have to breach the church wall necessarily.
Yeah.
But you have to have at least some kind of crossfire set up in your strategy. Both these teams have been going for blue and Moto. Those have been like the go-tos, which has been working all right on the attacking side. There's only 30 seconds left now, and Elevate have man disadvantage, as well as not a great entry opportunity here by blue, as Will is still holding on to it.
Yeah. This is Will here in blue and oil in general is just... He's pretty strong. He can rotate back. He's running barbed wire, so there's no Nitro Cell to use later in the round, or if it's required. But this is the push, and you're slow pinging around the corner. That doesn't work. Hunter will find one, but he gets traded off. Linda will find Cypress, and they push in. It's the Maverick that spotted 3 rifles pointed at him as Will collects the kill.
Good hold there from Chicos. The push from Elevate was pretty simple. It was blue and Moto, which is the same thing we've been seeing pretty consistently from both teams when attacking the bottom floor. But the problems started to mount when the Buck was taken out. Hell was eliminated by Will, who was peeking the drop down. Will peeked that drop down because he heard the nade pin pulled. I get it. All right. Good kill there from Will. Because the Buck was eliminated, Will persists in blue. And because Will persists in blue, blue is not easy to take. So when Elevate start trying to push it, they lose players on that push even further, and the Moto push is not assisted by the crossfire that blue would provide. Which is, that's what the whole strategy relies on. You can control Moto, you get control of blue, then you crossfire into church, and then you plant. Simple stuff. but the process just, it didn't work out the way that Elevate had planned because CHICOS got a little aggressive there. They got the kills that were necessary. Good job to Will, again, to start that ball rolling. Now we're going on to Cash. This is the last round of regulation, and then we have overtime if CHICOS win, and it'll be map number 1 done if Elevate win.
You can go to OT.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a couple OTs so far in relegations.
With Souls on Maestro, I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
He's been really, he's been putting these rounds together for his team, that's for sure.
If you can hold on to Garage, that's definitely something that can really save the squad for this one. 12 kills for Souls, 11 for Hornetau. And there's the barbed wires that we were talking about. Will be put in play. Mute's going to be the big slower in this round, denying those oh so important drones, even though sometimes their information is not well used, but still, it at least is something. The plays or the the pieces of the puzzle are definitely there. Lev will take a lot of damage here. And I'm not sure it was used with a pistol or a rifle, but
it was Souls.
Okay.
It was Souls on the catwalk.
Killed him right there.
Yeah. Well, no, because the angle wasn't in there for the Kaid. He was staring at the Kaid downstairs. It had to have been Souls. So, good early damage done from him, from the Maestro.
I love the Mozzie roam and Jim. So at some point in time, you'll see him doing a decent chunk of work. And Souls is here just watching the entry from the delivery into the lounge. So this gives you a lot of flexibility against a Buck that might want to get a bit more aggressive. But Cypress is actually dropped here on the floor, and Lev is taking half HP damage. Cypress might be revived in just a moment, but Hell is peeked in, and I'm not sure if Elevate will be able to win this gunfight here, as he takes quite a bit of damage, substantial amount here on the Buck. All information is given off to the Chicos, and Elevate are struggling to find an opening as there's still Overwatch and support from the top floor of the Maestro.
Chico's only taking a little bit of damage compared to Elevate really suffering. And the big thing to highlight here is that Elevate hasn't opened anything really other than, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Garage? And there's not a lot of progress being made is the point I'm trying to get at here. And with that lack of progress, Chico's, they're just, well, happy to wait it out. I mean, what is the attack strategy here for Elevate at this point? They're going for the nades. They're trying to get rid of what would be bandit batteries, but there are none because he's not been brought. Maybe a mute jammer. Will punish Elevate again from construction the same way that he did last time we were here. And Elevate found themselves a man down, not only in terms of HP on Lev and Cypress, but also a whole actual man in Hell. So it's getting pretty desperate here for Elevate. It looks like we're going to be going to overtime.
Yeah, Hell will be thrown back in his cell. And time is being spent. There we go. Souls will find Lev. Hornetau is watching the window. So in the middle of the smoke, it's very difficult to find him. Cypress is low in HP, so he's going to be the one on Overwatch. Oh no, Zion. That's all that's left, and he gets shot in the back. Hornetau is ready. Now he actually pushes in through the smoke. He's got the shotty. Pre-fires for one, and there we go. That's the diffuser on the floor. There you go. Collect the kills on Midi. And it's all Cypress on his own. Low HP, 20. And he's still gonna stay prone on the floor. He gets one kill. Pat those stats. Yeah.
No, stat those pads.
Stat
those pads.
Stat those pads. Those stats will not matter if you're no longer in Pro League.
It's true. We will stop keeping track, and they will cease to be relevant. Actually, the stats out of this I don't think even matter.
No.
In the grand scheme.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
But over time. So for everybody here watching, you're used to seeing matches on this channel being best of ones in Pro League. These are best of threes, which means that we do go to OT, and it's a small, tiny best of three, and it depends on a coin toss who gets, at least in the first and second maps, who gets this start on defense.
Didn't they change it away from a coin toss to being based on who picks what side?
I know that it's based on that in the third map.
Okay.
Like third map overtime is dependent on who got the most rounds in total in the series.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if I believe it's still coin toss for each side. I don't know if that was changed. But hey, here we are. Please correct us if we're wrong. We sometimes are. It's okay. We're only human after all.
Yeah.
put the blame on me.
Marsu would know, but he's not here.
No, this, by the way, observing is not done by Marcio. So it's not a crack at the observer, that's for sure. It's just saying, usually when we say something, you'll see it in front of you as well. It is coin toss, by the way.
There you go. Gaston was right.
So I was correct. It happens every now and
10
then.
seconds
But
remaining.
usually when we have NA and EU, we
yeah.
call something, and Marcio instantly shows us what's going on.
We
Because
even
he's
get
on
some
comms with us.
Sometimes we get little head shakes too.
Yeah.
Like when sometimes he'll go like up and down for yes and side to side for no. We're like, oh, thanks, Marsu. Yeah.
You know, of course, we don't have that here as this broadcast is based in Brazil.
Yeah.
So just letting everybody know. I'm not... Huh. You can't impact with this. This was removed like a year ago. This was removed with the jacuzzi wall.
Maybe
trick
it's
at the same time.
maybe it's like partially possible or something somehow. I think
I remember testing it very
think I've-
specifically then.
I feel like I've impact tricked that wall recently, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I have. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. That's going to be workshop wall opened up there. Good job.
Attackers have located
That'll give you
a bomb.
access to workshop to begin with. You can also use it as a highway to rotate quickly. That'll save you some time as a attacker if you want to have a multi-pronged attack onto cache. Elevate did get attack first. Chico's defense. Setup's pretty standard so far. Control over... this is the flank watch. There we go. Back to the site. Lenda holding a pixel angle here on the rotation. That's pretty dangerous. He could easily be picked off there. And there's the nade in to try and deny Electroclaws or Bandit batteries if there were any, or Mute Jammers, or whatever it is that's stopping the wall from getting opened up. Of course, because there's no Habana, it's going to have to be a Thermite Exothermic or a Maverick hole. I don't imagine Maverick's going to be the one to open that. It'd be very dangerous. But if there's still one Thermite, he could come over and open it up nice and easy. Will looking to flank. But there should be somebody on flank watch constantly here for Elevate. There is indeed. It's going to be Hell right now inside of Master. Holding the angle on the stairs. Will's about to step into this line. It's very dangerous. But Hell just came off of it. There's nobody on flank watch right now. This is an open field, but Will gives away his position, and now he'll have to take direct fights with his opponents. Rotation to bathroom, though, and Lev is on drone. Will takes the kill in a second. Very clean onto Hell. Lenda adds to it, and suddenly Elevate are on their backs, trying to get back in this fight. Will with the shotgun establishing a rotation, but it's bad timing there, and Mighty will shut him down.
Their diffuser.
Chicos, though, still have the lead, and so little time for these remaining Elevate players to push. Horn will eliminate Zion, leaving just Mighty, who gets his second in this round. Not his third, though, and Chicos will take the first round of overtime.
Oh my, the flank was so great. We talked about it before. Usually you have a drone that's watching through there, but everybody was just so focused on pushing construction. Everybody was looking at one singular location. Tunnel vision is the word for it. And the instant you come off the angle, it's done.
Yeah. It's pretty
That
rough.
spot, you should always have someone droning and the other one flicking through cameras.
You put a drone on there, and then you don't have to risk anything.
And if it's destroyed, then you know that there's someone there and that you need to be actively watching that spot.
And if you've got a dead person, then you stick them on that drone, and they're like, hey, one on flank, done. Or you could bring them a Nomad or a Gridlock or something.
Jackal.
Defenders
But
protect
they're
your
leaning
bombs
so heavily into this
by
double
attackers.
nade strategy, Elevate.
I don't...
The reason they're leaning into it is because they banned the Jaeger. It's their whole thing. The nades, though, I gotta say, haven't been doing enough for them to justify this amount of dedication. There are other tools that could be useful on the attacking side. Basement. This will be the only defense in this map remaining for Elevate, so they choose basement as their primary site. They went to the basement 3 times, and they won it 2 of those 3 times.
10 seconds
So Elevate
remaining.
are comfortable here on this defense. Things can change, though.
5 seconds left before insertion.
We'll just see how that pans out.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and
I
defuse
still
it.
really like that position with the claw. You use the electro claw in a position where it's very difficult for Maverick to deal with.
Well, I mean, I don't even know if you can. You're just going to have to open the whole drop at that point. That's a very common C4, and it's been droned out by Souls, so it goes wide and gets nothing.
The default cam is still there. Why would you throw a nitro cell if the default cam is still there?
Because you can call it.
And you know that there's nobody...
No. So usually those are little tools of communication, coordination you'll see in comp play is like, hey, are any one of my teammates safe in sight? Yeah? Okay, get on garage cam, call my C4. And then that doesn't happen. Then your C4 doesn't miss, and you get the kill. It is a really common C4 though, and another thing is Souls droned it out, so the odds of that C4 landing were slim to none.
We're not nitpicking. We're like it shouldn't happen. It's just I lost nitro cell for free. That was one of the potentially 3. I'm not sure if Zion is bringing those impact grenades, as you'll see Clyde's bring sometimes if you're trying to deny the kitchen hatch. It's very usual. Lev will be eliminated, so nitro or not, that is done as well in the mute. Lend will find it. Remember, this is 1 round away from being a map 1 victory for the Chicos in overtime. And the Zion, though, will connect. There we go. That was the nitro cell, and let's confirm no impacts were available. Dealing with the Maestro in the back is the most difficult thing right now for Honetao. And they might just have to abandon this just pure take from blue and just pressure from there. You have a thermite. Why not just go for a standard take from Church? And Midi will find Honetao. So eliminate it there. The grenade's going to come in. It's going to force Mighty away for a moment here on the Echo. But he's not dead yet. And Will is just going to work the hatches still.
Usually you don't pressure blue until the hatch is open. The reason you don't pressure blue until the hatch is open is because it denies rotations and aggressive plays like the ones that Mighty has been showing us. Chico's made the mistake of, well, trying to push blue before the hatch was open, and they lost 2 players out of it. Now Elevate find themselves in a great spot. Looks like we're going to 7-7. Looks like this is going to max rounds for this match. Will has rotated to Moto. Hunter will eliminate Zion, though, so suddenly Chicos are back in this. Suddenly this is actually winnable. And no, it's watching the Moto door! Are you kidding me? Will be shut down after getting his initial kill. That's the second for Mighty, who's had a big round. But nobody's watching the hallway now. Somebody's got to peek that. Hell's going to be the one. Souls will refrag, though, leaving just Mighty in the 1v1 with Souls. Slow push down the hallway. Not sure why he's slow pushing. His position is known. He just got a kill here. He'll rotate into Arsenal. There are yokai drones in play, it looks like, because Mighty's on drone right now, which means he might be able to just outright deny the plant. But no, he's peeking now. What is happening? It's post-plant, and Mighty wins it anyway. We'll go to the very end of this match. But wow, what a messy round.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders.
I guess he wasn't on drone. I guess he didn't have any drones. I was thinking to myself, why would you be on drone by the bomb anyway? That's so dangerous. But he was so stationary. He was like a statue holding the Moto door, convinced that he would push Moto, which is odd because the Thermite just got a kill in the hallway. I remember when I used to play this a different FPS where if you pressed shift, you would be silent when you were moving. Mm-hmm. I remember I just started playing, and I would shoot someone and kill them, right? And I would like shift walk. I would still be shift walking. And I remember I did this for a long time, for like a few months. And then some guy I was playing with, I was like duo queuing with him. He was like, why are you shift walking? They know where you are. You just killed somebody. And I was like, oh wow. And I feel like an idiot. I feel like a complete idiot. Because like,
defenders, protect your bombs from being
you just killed someone. They know exactly where you are. You're giving away your position. That's the whole, like, the shooting thing and the killing your enemy and the call-outs and stuff. And then I learned right then about, like, I don't know, a year into being an FPS gamer. It was a long time ago. I learned right then, it's like, yeah, if you're screaming where your location is, then slowly walking is not going to help you. They know. But yeah, the point I was trying to get to there is the Thermite, he killed somebody and he just proceeded to just shift walk down the hallway into Arsenal. It was weird. Or not shift walk, but like, I guess alt walk in this game. It depends on what you have it bound to.
Slow walk.
Slow walk.
Default alt, yes.
Yeah. I think I have mine on alt still. What do you have yours on?
Alt.
Yeah.
It's just easier because I'm used to having controls on control, alt, shift.
Yeah.
Just easier to switch between.
I haven't changed my binds all that much. Really.
WASD on your standard.
Yeah, I got the QE too. But anyway, moving on. 7-7, we're going all the way in this one. I can't believe that was allowed to plant.
There's so many rounds right now. They're like, why?
I
I know people will keep calling us like, oh, why are these casters being so nitpicky? Like,
I don't know if it's see the reason it's not necessarily nitpicking here, as much as it is like I really don't know how to put it other than we're missing things. Like we're missing things that we're used to seeing. Standards.
Even from last night and the night before in NA and EU.
Those were some really intense matches.
Yeah, they were.
This one, I think, is a very particular case. I think Gaming, which is versus
MIBR?
MIBR, yeah. I think Gaming is going to be a really good match.
Yeah.
I expect that to be awesome. I think this is a particular exception of a match right now, or what we're seeing. There's a lot of just gaps in play. Mechanical errors, simple stuff that you expect to be refined through practice, right? But I guess give it time. Maybe CHICOS is a newer team, and they just need some learning. I gotta say, we can credit a lot of the players on CHICOS for having really awesome individual performances.
Yeah.
Souls has had a lot of big rounds. Will's had some big moments. Horn has had some big moments. We're gonna see the first kill here to go to Horn as he holds onto the dirt tunnel. And as Zion's eating damage elsewhere, it looks like CHICOS will take map number 1.
It really does look like it's Hell that's going to be the one to lead the assault here. And yeah, Zion has to drop in blue and fight from there. He's got Cypress in support in Oil Pit, but the Mozzie is there, and they are set up here. Is this a reinforced wall? No, it's soft. And the Maestro is spotted. Horn, though, it's the one that takes down Hell. So he takes pretty much no damage and is able to eliminate the 2. The flank is completely clear. Hunter gets 1 as Soul turns around and collects the last 2. That's the first map done. CHICOS, they collect 1 on the board. And that is Clubhouse done and dusted.
So we move on to map number 2. Map number 1 is CHICOS' map pick, and so they will win it. Congratulations to CHICOS. Big plays from Souls, Horn, Lenda. Will, everybody had their moment there in that one. So props to them for that. Look at that scoreboard, guys. That's what happens when you go all the way.
16 for Hornatow, 16 for Souls, 12 for Will, 11 for Lenda. This is a frag fest.
Only 3 players didn't go double digits there. Good job to everybody involved. Good job, especially to CHICOS, for getting the win. It was close, but they managed it anyway. Looks like we might have an influx of new talent into the Latin American Pro League scene after this match here today. It's not a guarantee yet. We still got potentially 2 maps to go. Definitely 1 more. Next map will be Elevate's map pick Consulate.
Yep.
So something that they're comfortable with, clearly, as that is the map they decided to go to. They decided to pick it right out. We'll see if that is going to give the edge to Elevate in any meaningful way, if they'll be able to push us to map number 3.
Let me take a look at what Elevate has played on, if they've played this map specifically in the second half of the season. I think that's really the most relevant time to do so. So,
so far, it's been a really interesting season overall, but Elevate haven't had a best one.
So Elevate did play this on play day number 7. They played it against Team 1. It was a 7-4 Consulate. They had 3 rounds on the attack, 1 on defense. So their attacking side may be a bit more efficient on it. Later on, they played Clubhouse phase and lost it there.
I have here that they haven't played Consulate more than once. So looks like they've only played Consulate the 1 time, according to this. So that was a loss. True. Rough. And yeah.
They played so much Clubhouse, but that's it. And even then, it didn't really matter much in this game. It just ended up giving a lot of.
They played a lot of Clubhouse, but they didn't win it.
Yeah, that's
ever.
True. Exactly.
So, they only had one. They only had 1 win, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 1. Anyway, we're gonna go to a break before we get to map number 2, as we have to wait for some stuff to get set up. So we'll see you after that.